All right, what is up, YouTube world? This is your man Eric Stone with the YouTube channel Aspiring Music Writer, ASPIRING Music Writer. You can find it on YouTube. The profile is with me with Kevin Fowler. So if you haven't subscribed, please do share, like, comment, suggest, dislike. I don't care. As long as I'm getting something bad news, or I guess bad news is better than no news, or negative news, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, thank you for the people that have subscribed. I've got almost 365. That is awesome. Yeah, I got a little bit of a cold. I'm coming down with a cold. So tonight I'm just drinking Coke. Nothing with it. Oh, that's good. But anyways, if you haven't checked my YouTube channel out, check it out. I do videos of show reviews. I do videos of the bands I see, and I go and help them out, and then I do comedy and concert stories, a little bit of everything. Not into sports, but I love music. Go support live and local music. I am wearing a Brick White Band t-shirt. It's a rock band out of Fort Smith in Oklahoma. Maybe just Fort Smith. Anyways, and I got my Wade Bowen hat. I've had this for many years. How I got into red dirt. Well, I really got into red dirt through a buddy of mine named BJ Myers, and he introduced me to Crotchet and Ragweed. Crotchet and Ragweed had an album out, or a song out at that time called 17. So, and I was 17, and it just fit perfectly. It's still my favorite song of theirs, and then it was just a rabbit hole after that. I got into Jason Bowen, to Mickey and the Motorcars, Randy Rogers, Wade Bowen, Stoney LaRue, all them good cats. Now I'm watching the newer generation of red dirt, Texas, Oklahoma music, whatever you want to call it. But anyways, excuse me. Anyways, what I was saying was there was the first local band. The first local red dirt band that I saw was a band called Willie Stradlin. And they got their name, they were from Arkansas. They got their name from Willie Nelson and Izzy Stradlin, which was Heath Moulton's two favorite songwriters. Of course, Willie Nelson, the redheaded stranger, and Izzy Stradlin was a member of the original Guns N' Roses. But anyways, and it just got, after that first show of theirs, I just became addicted to live music. But anyways, so here I am many later. That was in 2007, I think, when I found out about them. No, it would have been about 2009. Whenever I turned, I was old enough to get in the bar, like 21. Yeah, I was actually 21, whenever that was. But anyways, I had a deal how that was going to tie together, and I forgot. Oh, I remember now. But anyways, this hat is like old. It's still in good shape. I don't wear it that often. But what happened was, when Willie Stradlin was still playing, they're under a new name now, but when they were playing under Willie Stradlin, there for a while they'd have this concert series every summer where it'd be 2 or 3 like red dirt bands, and they'd bring a little bit bigger artists. One year they had Charlie Robinson, one year they had Eli Young Band. I mean, they were Always the Love Songs was just out. And one year they had Wade. And this is when I bought this. Like I said, I couldn't even remember when it was. Early 2000s, I do know that. Anyways, so On the 21st, I went and seen Wade Bowen perform, I think for the very first time at the Majestic. A couple months back, he'd performed at Temple Live, which is right around the corner in Fort Smith. And, but Wade played both shows. He's a great guy. I got to meet him. I wish I would have got a picture, but I'm going to see him soon, so maybe I'll run into him. But anyways, Matt Williams opened up the show. Matt Williams Music, follow him on Facebook. He got a YouTube channel. I think it's Matt Williams Music. He's a little bit bigger guy because there's two Matt Williams on there that I found. And if I remember, I'll send a link on my Facebook page to the right Matt Williams. But he's got a band, his band, just Matt Williams. It's a quintet out of Stillwater. Matt Williams is lead vocals and guitar. Then Gary Guracero, I can't say it very well. Guracero is on guitar. Dalton Robinson is on guitar. Clay Garner is on the Skins. And then Caleb McCutcheon, is on bass. Is a bassist. So it's a five-piece band, great band. They got one album out. It came out in 2021. It's called Wasteland. And there's 8 singles they've got out too, called, including Mountain, which the studio version features Gracie Shiver. Now, like I said, go wherever you go to stream music, Spotify, iTunes, you can go play wherever you stream it. It's great. Please support live and local music. That night, they did, Matt Williams and them did 11 songs. They opened up for Wade Bowen. I've met Matt a few times. He's a great dude. If you're in Oklahoma or Tulsa, is it Tulsa? I think they're going to be at the Tumbleweed in February. Look it up on either Matt Williams, maybe Matt's boys from Oklahoma. I think he's going to be out there too in February. So look it up. But anyway, they did 11 songs, 8 originals, and 2 covers. They kicked off with Intro and Osage, which intro is like a little introduction song on the Wasteland album, and then it goes into Osage. And they did $42. Better Days, that's a great song. I don't want to be. He sang it for the girls. It's a Gavin DeGraw song. I can't think of what the actual name of it is. They did Mountain. They did Float. That's another badass song. They did Relapse. Afterwards, he did a song for the guys, Stains. It's been a while, which I think Aaron Lewis went back and redoes it, the country version now. If you have a chance to go see Aaron Lewis, please do. He is a great artist. Just don't make him mad. And they ended that night with Lost and Broken. And you can find most of these songs, like I said, on streaming platforms. Then, like I said, they got their stuff off stage. And then Wade and his band came out. Wade Bowen's been a figure in the Texas music scene for many years. He's one of the pioneers of like 2000s Red Dirt, Texas, whatever you want to call it. He actually used to be with a band called Wade Bowen and West 84, and they got 2 albums, I think, one studio and then a live album that was recorded at the Blue Light Live, and then he dropped that band, and now it's just solo. But currently, it's a quartet, 4-piece band. Caleb Jones is on bass. Of course, Wade plays guitar and lead vocals. Nick Gardner is lead guitar. He's a badass. And Sean Sankey is on the Skins, and he actually used to play with John Wolfe. And it was funny because when Wade Bowen played down at Temple Live like 8 or 9 months ago, whenever it was, when they came out, I was like, man, that guy looks familiar. And it never dawned on me until like the end of the show. Oh, he used to play with John Wolfe. Go check out John Wolfe's album. He's got a new album out. But Wade Bowen has a lot of music out. So you can pick from many, many albums. Of course, I don't know how y'all like y'all's music. If y'all just play it and like it, or like y'all like go from track one on a record to the end or whatever. But Wade's got 6 singles out, 2 EPs, including Where Phones Don't Work. That is a badass song, by the way. 8 solo albums, 1 Christmas album, a gospel album he made for his mom, which features like 10 or 11 good old gospel tunes, and then 2 studio albums with Randy Rogers and Hold My Beer and Watch This, and a live album. And I think how they got started with Hold My Beer and Watch This, it was just certain acoustic shows they would do, 15 or 20 acoustic shows during the summer. And I think it just became bigger and bigger. And so, and I actually missed, they came to Peacemakers Festival, him and Randy both of their bands. And I was so mad, not at them, but it was during COVID, and I couldn't go. My doctor wouldn't allow me to go, and I was so mad. I mean, because those are my 2 favorite country artists, because they're more country, Crosby and Ragweed's my favorite band of all time. But Wade Bowen, it's a toss-up between Wade Bowen and Randy Rogers, who's my favorite country Texas band. Wade Bowen is my favorite singer about all of them, though. I just love his voice. But anyways, go check out his newest album, Somewhere Between the Secret and the Truth. That's a great album, and I'm actually going to review it next week or 2. And but the quartet did like 20 songs, 21, 19, something like that, songs. They did a couple covers, and the rest was, them. Like I said, he's got a big old catalog of music. They kicked off with When I Woke Up Today, upbeat. It's a good song, great song, actually. Then Where Love Comes Around, which is off the Where the Phones Don't Work EP. West Texas Rain, I love that song. It's a solar song. Then Everything Has Your Memory, that's on the newest album. And then, hang on. Before they did West Texas Rain, he did Trouble. I love that song. Great song. And then they did, then after Everything Has Your Memory, he went into a story about he's a big fan of Yellowstone. And he got the news that his song was going to be on Yellowstone, and he's all geared up and ready. And then the bad part was they were all talking during his song. He's like, be quiet, that's my song. So he played it for us so we knew what the lyrics were. It was a Beat Me Down, great song. Then he did Last Town in Texas. That's another off, I think, the Where Phones Don't Work EP. And then he did Till It Does. And I'm not for sure about this one. Yeah, Last Town's in Texas. Then he did Songs About Trucks. I love that song. One of my favorites by his. And then he did Say Goodbye, which is off the new album. Then he did, before Say Goodbye, he did You Had Me at My Best. That's another badass song. Then he did Where Phones Don't Work. And he actually went into a story about how that song came about. It was during COVID. He said, I took it as an opportunity. I think he'd spend a lot of time with his family. He goes, when you're out on the road like we are, he goes, you don't get to come home as much as you wish. He goes, at that time, he said, there was stuff we did that I'd never do. He rented an RV, you know, and I think he went out to California. He said we were driving out there and there was like no cell service, and that's how he come up with that song, or got the idea for the song Where Phones Don't Work. And then he did Till It Does. Now I don't know for sure, and I'm gonna put this if Wade's got a face or fan page thing. I can't remember if he does. Anyways, he did a Till It Does, which was off the first Hold My Beer and Watch This album. And I thought he co-wrote it with Chris Stapleton. But when I went and checked, it just says Chris Stapleton wrote it. So I don't know for sure, and I don't really want to tell you a lie, you know. But it was a good song. It's a great song. Then he did a song about just a great night on the town called Honky Tonk Road. That's on the new album. Then he did The Secret to This Town, which is on the new album. Then he did the fan favorite Mood Ring. Then he did Found Love and Whiskey, Fell Apart on Wine. That's another upbeat song. Then this was really cool. He said, he went into another little story about how he goes, we don't do this really for the money, or he don't. Because we like it, but that's not why we're in it. You know, we're in it to, you know, get people together and, you know, have a good time and listen to great music or whatever. But he said, this, Who I Am, is the third song he said he ever wrote. He goes, I didn't think I would still be singing it today. He goes, but y'all request it all the time. He goes, so we're going to keep playing it. But what was cool is he said, it was funny because he said, before they started the song, he said, but don't ask me to play this at your wedding. I don't play weddings anymore because I'm just too busy. But what was cool is there was a couple, they got engaged. And they actually, Wade and the whole band just stopped. Well, actually, Wade stopped because he couldn't believe it, you know. And then the band, you know, stopped too a little bit, few seconds later. But he said, and he looked at the guy that proposed. He goes, man, if you would have told me before the show, he goes, I could have let you done this up on stage. But what was so cool is they got the couple that got engaged and got them up on stage and they danced while they finished the song. And that's what I like about a lot of the artists I listen to. They're not in it for the money. That, you know, they want to. They actually like to talk with their fans and all that stuff, you know. But it was really cool to see that happen. And then they, after that was over, they did Sun Shines on a Dreamer. And then they did, ended that night with Saturday Night. And that's another big fan favorite. I love that song. They come back with an encore. And I don't think they're really planning on it that I know of. They might have. And they went back on stage and Wade came on first. Well, the whole band was there. But Wade started Miami, My Amy, the old Keith Whitley tune, on acoustic. And I wish I would have got it on camera, but my phone was out of commission. We got it on video. Then they come back and did a fantastic job on the Eagles' Heartache Tonight. Like I said, I wish I would have had those two. It was fantastic. Like I said, I love Wade Bowen's voice. Sounds a lot better than mine right now. But, so that's it. What was cool, though, I got to hang out with the band at a little bar after the show. What happened was, where it is on Garrison, where the Majestic is, it's like a really busy street in Fort Smith. It's a lot of bars, I mean, and music places and stuff, restaurants on each side of the street. But I was going over to Roosters, which was 2 doors down from the Majestic, to watch Brett Raines' band. And I was sitting there, you know, after I talked to got through at the Majestic. Actually, I talked to Wade, told him I was a big fan because I never actually met Wade until that night. I've seen him. That was the third time I seen him. Anyways, so and then I go over to Roosters, and they have late night music like from 10 to 3:30 or 2:30, whatever it is, 10 to 2. I was sitting there watching Brett Rains. He's a great local musician, bluesy musician, and went there. And then a buddy of mine says, "Hey, the band's actually hanging out at Arlie Muck's, which was right across from the Majestic." He's like, "Come on." I was like, "Oh, okay." So I don't drink when I have to drive, so I just drank Coke. But it was just so cool to sit there and bullshit with the man for like an hour. It was cool. You know, they were down to earth. I didn't really talk to a lot of them. And I talked to Sean, but like I didn't really want to bother Wade a whole lot because, you know, I'm sure they just get hounded. But it was cool because he give me the fist bump when they left. He goes, "We'll see you next time," which is really cool. But like I said, go out and support live music and local music. Buy the merch. Go on Wade Bowen's website, I'm sure, and get something. And just go out and listen to music. And I will see y'all later.